sisters, my dear brothers, my dear girls and boys, I'm very happy to address you along with these ladies who are here and to specially greet our women, our girl children. We are closing on the feast of the Nativity of Our Lady, and that gives us a very special occasion to wish all our women, the mothers, the sisters, the little girls in our houses. Life is a celebration. It's always a celebration. And we celebrate so many things in our life. And so why not celebrate the Day of the Girl Child? You might be surprised why we should celebrate. We should celebrate because at least in not all the families, the girl children are welcome. The girl children are considered sometimes a burden. The girl children are not given the best of opportunities, and surely they are discriminated. Sometimes they are marginalized and they have to suffer also. So in that sense, we say that the church says, let us celebrate the Day of the Girl Child. And the best day to celebrate it is surely the day of Mother Mary, the Nativity of Mother Mary, to say that Mother Mary brought so much joy, so much happiness, and so much liberation for us. And that is why I would say women and the girl children are special. I could think of 3 reasons why we should celebrate the Day of the Girl Child. First of all, because every girl child is special. Is a sense of joy, is a sense of happiness, is something that a woman that gives life and carries on life. It's not men are not part of life. We are, but then women are special because every mother, every sister, every wife, and everyone that corresponds to what we call giving and sharing is related to a woman. Secondly, every woman is unique. Every girl child is unique. A woman who can prepare so many things in the home, in the life, in the office, and it is mediating experiences for us. And thirdly, I would say, a girl child or woman is indispensable in our life. You can imagine that we would not come to birth except for women. We would not have a language except to the language that a woman, a girl child speaks. It's known as mother tongue. It's not called a father tongue. Our culture, our language, our richness comes from a woman. And that's why every woman is also indispensable in our life. So my dear friends, perhaps we have to get together. We have to put ourselves together, and the church helps us by so many organizations, so many associations in the church. The commissions for women, these are the ladies who are representing our archdiocese, for the women's commissions. There are so many sororities, so many movements that bring us together in order to celebrate, in order to work together and make it not only just one day, but perhaps every day a celebration of the girl child. So again, dear friends, we have to celebrate, and this day surely is going to be a special day in your families, 8th of September, as you look at your wife, look at your mothers, look at your sisters, the little girls that you have, and also the aged. Perhaps your grandmother and aunties are somewhere around. You can wish them and tell them you are special, you are unique, and surely you are also indispensable. And God bless you. We will pray for you, and we wish you all the blessings of Mother Mary on 8th of September and every day of your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Grace, for that wonderful message of love which has come straight from your heart, which is so profound, so meaningful, all of you who are listening in today, I hope you understand the depth of what it means to be a woman. Be proud of yourselves.
That was such a beautiful and inspiring message by our Archbishop.
Indeed, I agree with you.
Absolutely. Now that we've heard about the significance of a Girl Child Day from the church's perspective, I would love to know what is the international and the national significance and focus on Girl Child Day. So Brinda, would you like to share with us?
Sure. As we know, we have an International Girl Child Day and we have a National Girl Child Day. The National Girl Child Day has come into focus to create awareness on the inequalities that are already present in our society, in our families, and in our communities. The International Girl Child Day focuses with this theme for this year: My Voice, Our Equal Futures. And this is because when we are talking about equality, it has to be with men and boys together with girls. All of you will agree with me that we are a very, very patriarchal society. We are patriarchal, we are sexist, and misogyny in all the language that we speak. All religions in the world are very patriarchal. Being conditioned by patriarchy, we fail to notice many times the things that we do and the things that we say unconsciously. We may not mean to, but we do disrespect the girl child or the woman. And for a second, just ask yourself, how many times we might have said thank you to our mothers for doing so much for each one of us. That is this patriarchal conditioning where it has gone into our head that she's there to do everything for us and we do not have to acknowledge or show our gratitude. And this is what we want to unlearn and relearn how to respect and remember that this is not a competition between girls and boys, men and women. And the theme of the International Girl Child is our equal futures. But I would like to reiterate that until and unless you and I think of ourselves as our equal present, our futures look very, very bleak. So the theme is to allow and listen to the girl child. Her voice cannot be muffled, silenced, which is what we do in our society. So this patriarchal society, patriarchal thinking needs to be unlearned by each one of us and allow that girl child and that woman's voice to be heard and listened to. And that can happen only when you and I make a choice to listen and listen with respect, which also means treating this woman and this girl child with dignity.
Wow, that was indeed absolutely thought-provoking, Brinda. On this note, would you like to share with us what are the challenges that our young girls are facing in society and what are the current realities?
I do not have to reiterate, all of you know the challenges, but we need to be reminded of it every day. And look at everything around us. How we treat our girls, how we treat our women, how we look down on women and look down on girls. If you look at our state and our country, you will see that from education to higher education, why? Her very right to live is cut down. Often you would hear that somebody would have had an abortion simply because the child in her womb is a girl child. That is one of the biggest challenges girl babies face. Once the girl is born, the challenge is for her to live a life, to enjoy her childhood which rarely happens. Because if there is a girl in our families, we are very worried. How can she be kept safe? How she should listen to everything, that she should behave like this, she should walk like this and talk like this. But never do we tell the boys how to behave and talk. But we tell all of this to our girls. The other challenge is, girls go to school, but why do they drop out? They drop out from, say, class 6 onwards. Many times, many of our schools, both private and the government, may not have toilets. If you look at rural areas and many of the schools in our cities also, there may be toilets, but they may not be running water. So when girls reach the menstrual age, many families, parents, are not comfortable sending the girls, and girls are also not too happy going to school because of this problem of no toilets or no running water. The other challenges the girls face as they grow older is this entire issue of safety and security inside their homes and outside. And this safety and security, the burden is again placed on the child, on the girl child. The other challenge that they face, and if you look at the last 2 years of COVID, we have noticed and we have seen and we have addressed issues of young girls, even before they finish class 10, being married off. Many young girls who are going to work with their parents, mostly with their mothers. Many young girls who leave their homes without informing anybody, in the hope of a better future outside, because people are cheating and luring and coercing young girls. So human trafficking is very high. Besides all this, we have the challenges that girls and women face of dowry, of domestic violence, and gender-based violence. Every day you and I hear about rapes, sexual assaults, of how badly their bodies get mutilated. What more? Nutrition is a bigger challenge. Today, we have people telling us what we can eat and what we cannot eat, without understanding that proteins are so important for this girl child. And like our Archbishop shared, she is this vessel of creation. So if that nutrition is not given to her, how would you have a healthy baby? At the end, we need to understand the responsibility of safety and security does not lie with that girl child and that woman. It lies with each one of us, with the state, the structures, our families, and certainly our churches.
Very well said, Vrinda. And that brings me again back to the Women's Commission. I tell you, we are so fortunate to be part of this Women's Commission. Being associated with the Women's Commission for almost 3 years now, the kind of strides that we have done, impacting the lives of the girl children, whether it's in the field of education, nutrition, awareness of the sexuality, of the gender. There's so much of work still to be done, but we are on the right path. And we should thank our Archbishop for giving us this opportunity, for supporting our Women's Commission, and all the beautiful ladies out there who are part of the Women's Commission. God has blessed us and given us this opportunity. Let's grab it and do our best for the little girl children. God gave us the perfect model to follow. And it reminds me of my own childhood, where I grew up close to a church in Bandra on the Mount. And I used to go there every day. And Mother Mary has played a very, very influential role in my childhood. And I'm also fortunate that I grew up in a family of 4 boys and 4 girls. And I had 3 brothers before me. So I never felt anything which today people talk about gender equality or differentiation, because my parents, thank God for them, they treated us equally. Okay, boys were made to do all the household chores as the girls. We were given the freedom to do whatever we wanted. So I played all the games which boys would play, climb up the trees and things like that. So that has had a great impact in my adulthood. I'm so fearless today, and I never feel that I have been suppressed as a woman, as a girl, and I would want this to happen to everybody else, to be a healthy individual. So Priya, tell me, how does the gender stereotype impact and influence in careers?
Yes, Donna. Let's start with the infancy stage. We wrap our little baby girls in pink and boys in blue.
Yes.
We give them dolls. It's the soft toys for girls and the G.I. Joes for boys. And look at the ribbons that we use to dress them up, the delicate laces for girls. So I believe that this is where gender stereotyping is actually starting. Yeah? How do we speak to them? We tell them that speak when you're spoken to. Listen more than you can talk. Sacrifice, compromise, just stay out of trouble as much as you can. Avoid conflicts totally. But these are all the behaviors that our little girls are growing up with and bringing in to the corporate world and careers. And there, the world is totally different. It is much more competitive. And let us look at women and girls when they are born. What does the society say? We say they are pariah dhan, which means an asset for someone else, but a liability to us. These are all the mental models that children are growing up with, and they bring this to the workplace. And that's where the challenge begins.
Parents as influencers have a great role to play in the formative years of the children, right?
Absolutely, Donna. Let's start with the toys. Can we as parents give our children a variety of toys to choose from? Can we teach our children to stand up, to voice their views and opinions? Can we allow them to ask more questions? Because this will help them to increase their curiosity and creativity. And maybe they can become young entrepreneurs growing up. It's important that we allow girl children to chase big dreams. So growing up, they can be visionaries, they can be leaders in society and in the workplace. More important, I think parents should also teach girls the art of saying no. The two-letter word is so very important. Otherwise, they feel so overwhelmed to refuse someone or something. They are even not able to delegate, so they do all the work by themselves. So this is a very important aspect. Girls should also be taught that they can take help. They can ask for support, maybe in terms of counseling, coaching, or mentoring. And these are all very important for our young girls to grow as confident women in society.
So Priya, what will be your message as a corporate professional to children and young people?
My first key message would be, it's important to look pretty on the inside and not so much on the outside. To focus on self-concept, self-worth, and your own self-belief. No matter what the world tells you, you need to grow in your own self-confidence. And that's a very important fundamental requirement for both girls as well as boy children. Yes, girls have to focus on holistic growth and development, cognitive capabilities, emotional well-being and physical well-being, and also the spiritual aspects. In addition to this, just like the Dora Explorer cartoon that we all see, I think girls have to explore many more options before they make their career choices, be it sports, adventure, politics, professional careers in corporates, or maybe even culinary skills. They have to go out of the box and look far beyond the horizon before they can make their choices, because limited choices leads to stereotypical careers. I also have a message for the boys. It's important that boys express their feelings and emotions. It's important for boys to be respectful, to treat people with courtesy, to help their mothers, their sisters, siblings, and friends, to shoulder more responsibility both outside and at home. Cooking, cleaning are all life skills that every boy should acquire during the growing phase. I think pandemic has taught all of us a good lesson. Yes, these are some of the messages that I have, and I would say that children are like wet cement. Whatever falls on them leaves a long-lasting impression. So it is this formative years that all the key influencers around the children play a very crucial role. Because if in the play field, the girls and boys think equal, I'm sure they'll bring the same into the work field as well as in the society. And it's only then we can have equal pay, equal rights, and equal opportunities.
Whatever you have said makes it so meaningful, and it's like something to think about. It's a message for all of you who are listening in today. I invite Edwina Pereira to share her thoughts on the girl child. Yes, Edwina, over to you.
Hello all. It is indeed fitting that we celebrate the Girl Child Day on our mother's birthday, September 8th. We are happy to see that the church as well as the various commissions have taken up this issue very seriously. The catechetical, the education, the family, as well as other commissions that are there at the Archdiocese of Bangalore have taken up work with children who are marginalized, who are also inaccessible, who are in our churches, in our schools, in our social work centers too, to ensure the empowerment of the girl child. The Women's Commission has been working on the empowerment of the girl child too. Tablets have been given so that in this COVID times, online education can be uninterrupted for them. Child safety through cyber safety was also done last year. We are planning to continue work with empowering children, the girl child in particular, through education, through health, through also empowerment and well-being of the girl child. We are looking at child safeguarding policies also to be developed where every child understands what safe and unsafe touch is also. If you as parents as well as teachers or catechists, anyone working with girl children, if you are interested, you could also get in touch with the Bangalore Archdiocesan Social Service Society, Bangalore Multipurpose Social Service Society, or you could get in touch with 10, 9 and 8. 10, 9, 8 is the hotline for Child Helpline for their safety and well-being. For more information, do get in touch with the Women's Commission at the Bangalore Archdiocese and you can get to know more about the girl child for your churches also.
And as we bring this beautiful talk session to an end, I would like to leave you with a tiny little message. God created man and woman in His own image, and He created them equally. And that's my message for all of you. Have a blessed day and wishing you a very happy feast of Mother Mary. May our beloved Mother be with us in all that we do and take care of us